Hey, it's David from Insane Technologies. A few of our clients are currently going through the process of filling in their cyber insurance renewal form, and a question's come up regarding what's RTO and RPO and how am I meant to know anything about it? I actually covered this in brief regarding the video on business continuity planning, but I want to go a little bit deeper into it this time to help you understand and help you make an informed decision, because understanding RTO and RPO isn't just about filling in a form for your cyber insurance. It can also help you work out where you should invest money into backup and disaster recovery systems, or maybe if you should even go with a particular vendor that maybe is cloud-based that you're thinking about going about. So what is RTO and RPO? RTO stands for Recovery Time Objective. RPO stands for Recovery Point Objective. How do they differ? So Recovery Time Objective is basically of your information systems, your computer systems, your software, your servers, your email, your cloud-hosted whatever. How long can that service be down for before it is unacceptable and will start causing interruption for your business? So say, for example, you're a business that relies heavily on email, and if your emails were down for more than half a day, you might lose a lot of business and people would start going to a competitor. Well, your RTO, Recovery Time Objective, might be half a day, because after half a day, that's going to start causing you major impact. And so as a byproduct, what you might consider then is, what systems can we put around, or what business continuity planning, business data, disaster recovery planning can we put around that particular service, so that if we do have an outage, we're not hamstrung by it. And for example, for email, a lot of the email filtering solutions that you can get that protect you from malware and phishing and what have you will actually offer you a recovery mailbox. So all the mail goes into your email filtering solution before it gets handed off to something like Office 365 or G Suite. And so as a byproduct, if Office 365 goes offline for whatever reason, and it has happened, you can log into the recovery mailbox and see emails that are coming through, so you could continue operating. Another really good example might be, maybe you've still got on-premise service, and if those servers go offline, you have no access to the files there. So maybe the backup system that you use allows you to mount a version of those files if you needed access to them. Or maybe it's a database server that you have on premise because you're running a practice management solution for your medical center, your accounting firm, your legal firm. And because you bill in 6-minute increments, anything more than a couple of hours outage is actually going to start causing you problems. You can't see appointment books, you can't do time entry, which is going to result in time entry having to be done later. And so maybe half an hour is your outage window before it's starting to cost your business a lot. And there are disaster recovery solutions out there that can spin up a virtual copy of your servers within 15 minutes or less. One of the ones we use, we say to our clients it's 15 minutes, but it's typically like 5 minutes to spin the server back up. And we love it because it means that our clients have a really good RTO. RPO is a little bit different. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated. RPO basically refers to how old can the data be that you try and recover before it's going to be an impact to your business to rekey. So let's think about that for a second. Maybe for a medical center, RPO, Recovery Point Objective, could be a day. Maybe you got a lot of receipts that you can key in the day after and catch up. But maybe for a hospitality venue where you are constantly doing transactions over the till, anything more than 15 minutes worth of data loss is going to have a huge impact on your ability to get that data up to date. So what we're talking about is, how frequently do you back up so that if I have an incident, cyber incident or otherwise, how old is that data going to be that I'm going to restore from? And in the case of the medical center, as I said, maybe you could back up once a day and that's not going to cause you major incidents. But for a hospitality venue, you need to be backing up every half an hour or every 15 minutes because you can't afford to lose more than half an hour worth of data. Now, all of this then goes into where do you spend your money? And you don't have to have the same backup and disaster recovery system for every single information system you run. It means that you can invest more money on the critical systems, and maybe you can invest a little bit less on the systems that are not as important to your business. And that's how you spread your budgets out, and that's how you get really good effectiveness in your information system. And too often we see the IT provider has sold one solution to the business, and it either the business rejects it because it's too expensive, or it's so cheap it's never taken RTO and RPO into perspective. Maybe as well, when you're looking at hosting a new piece of software that you might want to use, you need to say to them, we are paying you as a software as a service platform. We need to know if you had an outage, what is your RTO and RPO for us to be back up and running? Because you need to make that decision for your business as to whether or not, it might be $19.95 versus $39.95 for two different competing products, and you can't work out why one's more expensive. If the one that's cheaper has a RTO and RPO that doesn't align with your business's needs, then maybe it's worth spending the extra $20 per user per month for a recovery point objective and recovery time objective that you are happy with as a business. Anyway, I hope that's been really helpful. It is a really important topic. It's something that the business needs to know itself. It's something you should have in your risk register, mapping out what your RTO and RPO are. And it's something you should have a conversation with your IT provider about and make sure that you align with them. Go back and talk to all your vendors and ask them as well, and get an understanding so that if there is an outage, and outages do happen even for cloud service providers, what is your expectation for recovery? Because it is now a question that turns up on insurance forms, and it's something that generally as a business you should know anyway. So yeah, I hope that's been really helpful. I look forward to talking to you soon.